to be with you tonight, guys. What we have cooking here is really very, very progressive and a ton of fun. Many of us who have been involved for about, 6, 7, 8, 9 months are just enjoying the process. And it's fun to be a part of something that is really a category changer. So with that in mind, my name is Laurie. I'm zooming in here from Michigan. Just a very quick background so you know who you're speaking with. Let's see, I have a couple traditional businesses. I'm a mom, I'm a grandma. I really love the businesses that I've built most of my life, honestly. Both are in the hospitality industry. I have a real need to nurture and to take care of people. And so I've really enjoyed it. However, what I found pretty early in the game is that it just didn't really get me what I was really looking for, a lot of fulfillment. But from the business standpoint, my money's kind of capped depending on how many hours I can put in. I'm working a ton of weekends, and now that my kids are older and I have grandkids, they're not working weekends. And so there's just some challenges. And I realized that I really wanted to be able to provide differently for my family. And so I was able to be introduced to something very similar to this about 7 years ago. And then this is the icing on the cake for me. I love Uforia. I love what we're doing to impact people. It does touch that nerve of nurturing and helping. However, it also gives me the ability to create income based on productivity and many streams of income. And that's a really big piece of the puzzle, especially in today's economy. So we're going to get started, guys. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the product that we're working with, which is honestly, you'll be mind blown. If you haven't heard of it yet, you will be mind blown. Really, the marketplace is kind of mind blown about it, so it's fun to share it. And then we'll spend a few minutes, for those of you that have been invited on to hear about the opportunity, spend a few minutes on that as well. And so I'm going to share my screen. I actually know that people are visual learners, and with that in mind, I like to kind of coincide with a PowerPoint. So Uforia Science, guys, it's the reason that you're here. And what is Uforia? Uforia Science is a biotech company, okay? And bio and tech are really the two biggest booming industries that there are currently on planet Earth. We are a biotech company. We create custom designer supplementation based on the genetic testing of a person's DNA. Okay, I'm going to say it one more time. It's a biotech company that creates custom supplementation based on a person's genetics, based on their DNA. And one thing that I really feel about new product lines, products that are going to change an industry, is that you really have to look at who's captaining the ship. And when you look at these three names, you'll know pretty quickly that we've captained and partnered with the very best in their specific spaces. And so on the right, you see LaCour Logistics, guys. They handle all the back end. Terry LaCour is a mastermind, really, at fulfillment, at back end processes, and he is very, very, very particular about who he partners with. In fact, he's kind of the Shark Tank of manufacturing, and he only now, at this point in his career, because none of these guys need money, they really want to leave an impact, is they only want to work with impactful products. And so LaCour got a hold of Uforia and is just running with this thing. Ron Williams on the left. This guy has an amazing reputation in this space. He's worked in the health and wellness industry for many years. Actually was retired and was asked to come back and actually lead this up. And he has this beautiful ability to be able to mesh the human side of this science, the scientific side, and then the culture. And what he's done with this is really just create a culture of helping others be their best through all different things, but starting with health, because that's the core. And then Eric Worre. Eric is a master at what he does. He is a marketing and sales training guru. He speaks all over the world. He's highly sought after, and he threw his hat into the ring here at Uforia because he knew. And so if you think of these guys, think of like this. Think of like putting Elon Musk, Steve Jobs, and Mark Zuckerberg on a project. It's probably something you take a look at. That's very much the way that these three guys kind of come together in this space. So we're excited to have them. So the supplementation industry hasn't changed much in about 70 years. And, back in like the 50s, I think this is probably what this picture is from. This is what it looked like, right? People would reach into their medicine cabinets. They didn't have any idea what they were doing. And that has not changed. We've been dealing a lot with blind nutrition. However, I want to show you what it looks like today. In these next three pictures, guys, this is a friend of mine, okay? And the next three pictures are all three her pictures. This is what she has worked on and done for the last couple years. Look at this. This is the thing, is that we have not had the ability over the last 60 to 70 years in the nutrition and supplementation industry to actually speak to our uniqueness, speak to our bodies. We are out there and we're doing a thing called blind nutrition, okay? And blind nutrition it's all we've known. And so although it's very honorable in terms of what we're trying to achieve, we actually have not done a great job at being able to speak to each individual person. And so it's been about 70, 80 years of like, try this. Your friend at the yoga studio says, oh, this worked for me. Your doctor says, oh, vitamin C is good for this. And the thing is that all of those things are true. However, nobody knows what your DNA needs, right? Nobody knows that. And so then about 10 years ago, integrative medicine came to the table. What I love about this is that it was a step in the right direction. People were becoming aware. They wanted to do better. Again, though, what we didn't have was the information. Okay, we didn't have the ability to look inside a person's body, ask that body to speak to us and tell us what it needs, okay? And so even though an integrative doctor or holistic doctor could say, listen, it appears that you are lacking in energy, and we do know that this supplement has boosted energy for the masses, so therefore we're going to give you more of that, okay? But again, not knowing how your specific body would react. And then came Uforia. Okay, Uforia, again, is based on a person's DNA. So it's designer custom nutrition. It's the solution, and it's the first time ever that this industry has seen this kind of progress, okay? This Uforia supplementation is science-based. It's exclusive and proprietary, means nobody else on the planet has the ability to actually do this. And the formula that is prepared is inspired by you, and it's only for you. So it is a pretty significant change in this industry. So how does it work, right? So it works just like any other DNA test that people are used to. Okay, so you swab your cheek, you send your swab in to our HIPAA certified, CLIA certified labs, which are medical labs, guys. They're not Google labs. And within about 21 days, out spits your report. And it's actually a 35-page, like layman friendly report. However, this page is the one that people are really getting excited about because it dumbs it down. So we don't have to be scientists to understand, right? So we're testing for 18 genes, and what the scientists are looking for is a thing called a SNP. And a SNP is just a variant in your gene. It's something that's passed down to you. Your parents sent it on your way, one way or the other. And that SNP just basically means that the gene is not performing optimally. Okay, and so that can be an absorption and functionality. It can be all kinds of different things. However, when you look at your report, you can look at the genes that they're testing. Guys, this is like the dashboard of your health. Okay, so you're looking at like mitochondrial function, healthy immune system, weight management, healthy inflammatory response, detoxification. Like these things are really what drive your body and the way that you feel. And so when you look at this report, it's very easy to read. Green means you are good to go. Okay, you are good. Nobody passed down a variant. That gene works exactly as it should. Yellow simply means that one of your parents, mom or dad, passed you on a variant, which means that that gene needs a little bit of support. And red means that both of your parents passed on a variant to you, and you definitely need support. And the cool part about these 18 genes is that they have been scientifically validated and proven to be actually affected by nutrition. Okay, so we know that when you give your body what it needs, you will do what you're supposed to do for your body. So after that, after your report comes out, about a week later, out spits your own personal formula. It's called Utrition. It literally has your name on it. And I want you to think about that. Think about something that is specifically labeled and prepared for your body. And it's going to come up a little bit later when we're talking a little bit about the business, how significant that piece actually is. So why do we take a DNA test? You know, there's lots of reasons. People take, I mean, these two right here that you see on your screen, guys, these were the most popular online Christmas gift in 2018. So it shows you the marketplace is comfortable with DNA. So there's lots of reasons, right? Heritage, personality, physical traits, etc. But then what do you do with that information? Like, I have seen a lot of people like find family, and that's a ton of fun. But the most important one that you will ever take, okay, is going to help you determine how to stay healthy. It's going to then take action and formulate a supplement for you, inspired by you, and based on your DNA. Okay, so it really is big. So now take a look. If you look at the screen, you have a choice, right? Blind nutrition or designer nutrition, and you can see the targets. It isn't hard to figure out which one you'd rather be. I want you to look at this a little differently, though. Imagine that on the left where it says blind nutrition, imagine that that is Blockbuster. And imagine on the right is Netflix. Or imagine on the left, the blind nutrition is the phone that used to be on the wall when I was growing up, right? And then on the right is a cell phone. Guys, what you're seeing, what you're hearing here is really just progress. It's just progress in this space. And it's only a matter of time before people, the masses, begin to accept the progress, because we're not going backwards. We're never going to go back to that phone on the wall. Right? We're never going to go back to going into the video store. This is the exact same thing, only in the supplementation and vitamin industry. So understand that it's only a matter of time before this becomes the norm. And we are lucky enough to not only know about it now and be using it now, but be able to share it with people now, right? So it's very, very simple. You just get yourself a U-Start kit. It's this little black kit that you see on the screen. Super easy. It's $159. You know, I mean, you buy it once and you get your genes tested once. In it is your pre-trition, which is like your cleanse. It's your starter pack while you're waiting for your DNA to pair. It has your swabs. You can see it there on the screen, a postage paid envelope. You don't even have to put a stamp on it to send it off to the lab, and that is it. And the only caveat to that is a one-time lab fee of $99 to get your DNA tested. Unheard of in the DNA space to get it at that price. I had a friend that actually had his son DNA tested. It's probably been, I wish I was better at time, but probably like a year ago, maybe a little bit more. And it was $4,500. $4,500, and they couldn't read the results. They didn't even know how to read it. So this really is a steal, especially for people that understand the importance of really giving your body what it needs. And then to top it off, we do have, just like so many other progressive companies, we have a customer referral program, guys. Word of mouth marketing is the most effective marketing that there is. And because of that, we understand that this is a natural share. And so we give people the ability to get their product. And if you tell one person and they decide to use it, you get 25% off. Two people and they decide to use it, 50% off, and so on and so forth, culminating in your product being free if you refer 4 people to the product. So we're super excited about that program. I really like it. I think that everybody is looking for that angle, right? You should be compensated. If you generate a sale, you should be compensated, and Uforia understands that. So hopefully that gives you a really good product background. Guys, we're going to take it a step further. For those of you that are here for the business opportunity, I want you to know something really quick before we get started there. As I mentioned, I have 2 traditional businesses, and there's no secret that what's going on out in our economy just really isn't very healthy, and there isn't a lot of I would say safety. You know, there's not, and so people have to provide that for themselves. They have to like cast a wide safety net, and you do that by doing things on the side and, you know, getting a couple different streams of income, so that if you happen to be one of the unfortunate ones that loses a position that you were counting on or can't replace an income, you have already been proactive about that. It's called depth of vision. And so what I'm going to talk to you about next is actually the business side of Uforia. And guys, the beauty of it is truly the simplicity of it. And so I want to take you through that. So most of the time, and I've actually listened to lots of different, business presentations, and I have many streams of income, not just Uforia and my traditional businesses, because having an open mind is really what it equals is possibility. Okay. And so every time I ever like hear somebody or I think about you guys listening to this now, typically the two most important questions that people ask is, can I do it? And is it worth it? And so while we're talking tonight, I know those are going to be kind of floating around in your mind. And I think that by the time we're done in about 10 minutes, you're going to have the answer to those questions. So when you think about wealth, okay, or you think about like setting yourself up and your family up with enough income to not only live, but to have some abundance in your life, right? When you look at the distribution, 97% of the wealth is owned by 3% of the population. Okay, think about that. 97% of the money is owned by 3% of the people. Okay, and why is that? There's a reason. Most people, 97% of the people, are actually taught, like when you start looking like back in history, over the course of the last 100 years, we've educated people to work for linear income, which is to become an employee, to work hourly, to be paid for the time. And the thing with that is that when you trade time for money, there's only so much time, right? So you kind of cap yourself. Leveraged income is the income that the 3% learns. And that's something that we're actually going to talk about tonight. It's very, very important to learn. In fact, when I first heard about it, I was really a little upset that nobody had taught me that before. And as soon as I realized what it was and the power of it, I knew that that was something that I wanted to master. And I'm still mastering it. I'm still learning, and I love that. However, I encourage everybody, whether it's Uforia or whatever else you want to do, to create a leveraged income, to learn how to do it. Okay, so 97% again trade time for money. It's hourly, it's salaried. You can only make so much because there's no more time. Right now, leveraged income. Well, first let's talk about the old way. And this is the way it worked for my dad. People would go and they would work 40 hours a week for 40 years of their life and retire on 40% of their income. That was a great plan back then. Even when I started going to college back in the 80s, this was just starting to kind of falter, but we didn't know it yet. Okay, and the thing is that doesn't work anymore. I mean, there's no question. Most people are not working for 40 years at the same company. The average retirement age now is 72, and guys, the average death age is 76. And I don't know about you, I'm much closer to those ages than many of you on this call. However, that doesn't sound like a really very great plan to me. There really isn't much loyalty out there anymore. I was just talking to my daughter about that. She's a teacher. 4.3 years is the average length for an employee nowadays to stay at a company. Okay, and most of the time when they leave, it's not of their own accord. It's either the company is downsizing, they're shutting their doors, or they're merging with another company. Technology, my gosh, outsourcing, those kinds of things are very real. So don't make the mistake of thinking it won't happen to you. There are no guarantees, truly. 3% though, they understand leveraged income, guys. Leveraged income is doing work once and getting paid many times. Many of you on this call would understand that with, like, let's say a musician, a musical artist, a rap artist, something like that. They write a song, they record it once, and guess what? They get paid every single time it's purchased, every single time it's played, over and over and over and over again. Michael Jackson isn't even alive, and he's still getting paid over and over and over again for the music that he made. A landlord writes your lease once, right? You're there for a year, he gets paid 12 times on that one bit of work. An author, all of those people understand leveraged income. So there's a way to do that here with Uforia, and Uforia wants us to do it. Okay, they want us to do it. It's a win-win, right? So this is the deal. Uforia has this amazing science, right? I'm not a scientist. You guys aren't scientists. Very few of us could go out and do what Uforia is doing. So they already have the infrastructure in place, right? They have the science in place, 24 years in the making, and we own it. We own the software. Nobody else has it. The investment, over $100 million has been invested into this thing. This was not a fly-by-night, let's throw some product in a jar and call it a company. This has been in the works for 24 years. We own the software, the fulfillment, like all of the back end, like actually filling jars, labeling it real time, shipping, all of that, customer service, legal, the systems that are in place for us to be able to come out here and do this and do it with pride and correctly and share this information the right way. All of that is in place. We don't have to come up with any of it. And the beauty of it is that Uforia knows that traditional advertising isn't working. I mean, nobody's watching commercials. You're probably not looking at billboards. And in fact, magazine ads are completely, magazines are they're folding left and right. The way that people get their information these days are on their devices, right? They're looking at what other people are doing. Uforia understands that. And they know that if they can get a customer base that loves this product, that doesn't want to stop using this product, and that shares this product, and if they generate a sale from that, they should be compensated for that, right? Instead of paying the advertising agencies and the people on Wall Street, why not pay the people who love the product? So how do you do it? It's so easy. This is the beauty of it, okay? You don't have to come up with any huge capital to start your own business, okay? You can do it for a cost of $40 a year, $39.95, okay? And with that, you become what we call a nutritionist. And a nutritionist is somebody that intentionally shares this product with others. What do you get for that? You get your own replicated website. You guys, this is, it's the best website I've ever seen in this space. Truly, this thing is a monster, and it gets the job done. We have a free phone app. Guys, we are in pre-launch, and day one, this company launched with its own phone app, and it's a CRM, a customer relations management system, where you can actually run your Uforia business right from your phone. And for the millennials on this call, I know you guys, I know this is how you do business. They say that if you're not making money from your smartphone, it's not a smartphone at all, right? I think they call it a dumb phone. And so we have the ability for you to do that. It's $40 a year. To start a McDonald's, just to give you an idea, it's $500,000. I think it's $500,000 just for the franchising fee. So, I mean, it's substantial. I think the average price to start a business, an actual business, nowadays is about $65,000. And then after you've paid your $40 to kind of have your back end and the ability to be compensated, to leverage Uforia, you choose your inventory, and that's no different than any other business, right? I mean, you have to have inventory. If you're a McDonald's, you need burgers and buns and ketchup and all that kind of stuff. So you can either do it with just your own pack, which is $159, but we usually say, you know, you want to have one or two at least on hand. And the more that you buy, the bigger discount you get. And anybody who is in business understands that, right? You want to get it at wholesale. So you just choose whatever pack's right for you. That's not my job. It's nobody's job to tell you that. Whatever pack is right, and you get your inventory. You then take one of those kits and you swab yourself. Okay, you register it and you send off your swab, so you are now a product of the product. That is a big deal, guys. We really do want to be very, very transparent in the way that we're sharing this, and I mean, you have to use the product. You know, I mean, it's no different than anything else. Be a product of the product. It's the best way to share it with your friends and family. Then, if you're saying to yourself, yes, but can I do it? Of course you can do it. We give you a system. Okay, why is franchising so popular, right? Why do people go out and buy Subways and McDonald's, etc.? It's because it's already a proven system in place, right? You have to put the money out there and get everything in place. However, they're going to teach you how to make the burgers exactly the same as every other McDonald's on the planet, how to do the fries. It's the system that you purchase when you get a franchise. It's very much the same thing here. It's kind of an online franchise, right? And so we have a system in place, guys. And if you can read, if you can check the boxes, if you can do what's on the list, and if you can be open-minded enough to learn the way that we share our videos and that kind of thing, you most definitely can do this. So you come in, you leverage a system of tools, and then we're going to plug you in. And this is really a lot of the fun. There's a lot of reasons that people do these types of businesses, any other type of business besides their job, okay? And there's lots of reasons. Oftentimes it's people are money motivated, and there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, I really do believe that money is a tool, right? And so when you have more of it, you can make more of an impact on this planet. So don't ever get shame wanting to make money, right? It's not money, oftentimes it's culture. People want to be a part of something for themselves. So we plug you into our tools, our resources, everything that you need to effectively and correctly share this. And then we have a community, and guys, we have Facebook groups and these Zooms, which go on every single night. We have Telegram groups, which are like international platforms. People talk, they ask questions, a lot of information is shared. And we have a beautiful culture here in Uforia, truly. We do events and trips. And guys, we just got back from the Rumble in Las Vegas, which was just world class. And this year, still in pre-launch, right? We're still in pre-launch with this company. Uforia is going to do its maiden voyage cruise. Look at this. I mean, it's a week on the best ship on the ocean right now. And we have the ability to attend these, earn them. Qualifiers can earn them, and it's all expenses paid. And so Uforia knows exactly what it's doing. So we're back to the questions. You know, everybody asks, can I do it? Guys, anybody can do this. Okay, that is no joke. If you are on any social media, if you have a friend on the planet, if you use your phone, you can do this. And is it worth it? I mean, that is a question that we ask everybody to answer for themselves. I will tell you from personal experience that 7 years ago, I was introduced to something very similar to this. My son, who was 19 at the time, introduced me, and he changed our lives. He really, really did, and we have never left this space. I have 5 children, all of which are still involved or have dabbled and done it on the side, and every single one of them has learned more in this industry than any one of them did sitting in a classroom, and that's no joke. The benefits of what is going on here are not only monetary. So many. You build massive networks of people who are like-minded, who want what you want. And oftentimes that opens doors in so many other areas. The culture is amazing. We're able to impact people. There is money. And so, yes, you know, it's worth it. It really, really is. And you need to look at yourself and your life and decide for you, you know, what is it that you want? And hopefully Uforia is a fit. We have seen a lot of people come into this company and just absolutely fall in love. And so the next steps for you guys are get back to the person who invited you. I mean, that's really, truly it. Just give them a call after this call. Don't wait. Don't wait. Get your questions answered, okay? Become a nutritionist. It's $40. $40, okay? I mean, you cannot start a business anywhere else on the planet for that. Plug in, have that person who helps you get started, plug you into our community, get to know who you're working with, and launch your business. And guys, it's easy. It's really, really easy to get started. So with that, we are set for tonight. My name is Laurie Kort. I am honored to be here with you tonight, guys. And for those of you who are guests, you know, we're really, really anxious and excited to welcome you to Uforia, where being you never felt better. Thanks, guys. Have a great night.